Welcome back to the show, everybody.
Hello.
If you're watching this episode and you've been keeping up with us, you've had two episodes where we're just out here chatting. The first one was on like a little bit more funnier stuff.
Yeah.
The second one was like, I don't know why we were thinking about divorce that week, right? Not divorcing each other, like in general. Like you brought something that had to kind of do with divorce, right? Because it was Holly Berry's ex-husband.
Oh, that's true. I was like, what are you talking about, divorce?
Yeah, and then I brought literally a divorce lawyer on there.
Yeah, you did.
I don't know what's going on with our algorithms. I don't know what you're plotting behind the scenes.
I'm not plotting anything. We haven't even been married a year, so.
Hey, you know what?
You're the one who brought the divorce lawyer.
Also, we got to welcome our dog.
Yes, this is the beautiful Athena. Hi, Athena. You good girl?
I'm not proud to say this.
Oh, look at her. Yeah.
Oh, shake.
She is.
I'm not proud to say this, but we call her our dogder, like daughter. And honestly, I feel like that's a very good segue to what I brought to the table this week.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I got to go first this time.
All right. Tell me a little about it.
All right. So anyone who's watched my content, not studied, but like stayed up in tune with me, they know I was in a fraternity.
Okay.
Right. And around this time to September, by the time this episode comes out, it'll be rush week for a lot of people to join. Do you know what rush week is?
Yeah, when you like rush a fraternity or a sorority where you get to kind of see which ones you like and there's parties all the time.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, they're not necessarily they're not parties. They're events.
Okay.
Right. And
an event is a party to me.
No, I'm serious though. Like my fraternity, when I went there, the first day was like a barbecue. The second day was we went to like a dodgeball thing. Then we had a Q&A. There was no like parties. There's no alcohol consumption. It's more so like, hey, come see what we do.
Got it.
Come get to know the brothers, and we get to know you. And if we think that you'd be a good fit, we'll extend you an invite. And if you think you'll be a good fit, then you'll accept the invite. It's an opportunity for people to meet different fraternities or sororities, right?
Right. Okay. And see what they're about.
Right.
Got it.
Right. So, what I saw the other day was a clip of a sorority, like a sorority rush video is what they call them.
Okay.
So what I wanted to do is I'm just going to let it play.
Okay.
Okay. And then I want to have a discussion after the fact.
Okay.
All right. So let's go ahead and watch it.
August clip.
I feel so old. What?
I feel like I gotta watch this again. I gotta watch this again.
I feel so. Hold on, real quick though. I feel so old because they said when I was in a sorority 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I had to think to myself, damn, 10 years ago, I was 2 years into the fraternity.
Wow.
I'm old.
You're not old. Don't say that because I'm older than you.
I didn't say anything about you being old. I said me, I'm old.
I gotta rewatch this. Go ahead. This. Okay, so are they trying to insinuate that? Okay, got it. Oh,
well, mind you.
Got it.
Mind you, I cut a lot of the beginning part. So if you go back to the beginning, you'll see it's a bunch of chicks just dancing. Like all in front.
Trying to look cute. I think that's the point is like the girls are like all pretty and trying to look cute and dancing cute. And like versus 10 years ago, these girls are being silly.
They're like dressed like the typical frat dude.
Yeah, like a dude. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
they're just like having fun with it rather than trying to look a certain type of way.
Right. And to be honest with you, in my experience of the Greek system. Actually, you know what? How do you feel about the video?
I feel like it shows like where we're at in the times because I mean, 10 years ago, social media was relatively new. I mean, I first found out about Instagram when I was like 18 or 19 years old. And I'm not going to say how many years ago that was, but it was over 10 years ago.
Okay.
And so, you know, at the beginning, Instagram was really to show your food. Like, that's what it started out as.
Show your food?
Yeah. And so, like, people were being silly and like making skits and not like trying to put themselves necessarily like on the internet to look good. Also, like our culture has changed and there's a lot more access to, different types of hair care and plastic surgery and, things that aren't necessarily quote unquote people think is plastic surgery, but like lip fillers and cheek fillers and under eye fillers and eyebrow lamination and all this different stuff that makes us kind of look more older or more celebrity type looks.
Yeah.
So I feel like that is definitely more highlighted on social media now versus like before, again, people were just trying to be creative and silly. And not that people weren't, posting pictures of themselves or whatever, like videos trying to look good. I'm sure there was all of that. But it kind of it speaks to me on like the difference in maybe the culture. And also I'd be curious, is this the same exact school? Is this the same
like sorority?
Same sorority, same like environment type of deal?
So I respect everything you said and I agree with what I really think happened was the bar kept getting raised and we wanted the attention and glorification that from the people who were getting that bar set. So this is what I mean by that, right? This one, the 10-year older one, right? Essentially what they're saying is like, all we did was we grabbed a camera and we just like filmed us dancing around, or grabbed a phone and filmed us dancing around, right? Imagine 10 years ago, you post that and like, it's cool. Everyone likes it, right? In your local. And then you scroll through Instagram and you see something has 1 million plays and it has the production quality of the first video that we saw. Right. It's like, wow, this got 1 million likes. I want to know what it's like to have 1 million people like my shit.
Right.
So then you start to make that, and not just you. 1 million people start to make that. So now that becomes the basic.
Okay.
That becomes the standard.
So you're saying more of the bar was different before versus like society and what we view has changed. Like you're just saying because there's so much out there that is coming out at a high production quality, like we have to meet that demand in order to stay relevant.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. But the reason I brought this to the table is because I want to know 2 things from you.
Okay.
And then I'll share my own story, okay? I want to know, question number 1, why did you not join a sorority?
Well, you kind of know the answer to this. I went to what we call a commuter university. So I lived in the town that I went to school, and sorority and fraternity was a way to make friends. You meet friends in class, but it's not like, hey, let's go hang out after class. Commuter schools, mostly the students go to school, go home when class is over. We're not trying to like hang out and do things. So in order to meet people, you would join a sorority or fraternity. At least that's what I was told from my cousins who went to that school before me that were in a sorority. I was a little bit interested in doing it, but just my experiences from high school and that type of like environment, I didn't feel like I was that, I don't want to say that type of girl because I know a lot of sorority girls. A lot of my friends are sorority girls, but
different types of people.
Yeah. So I don't know. It just didn't feel right. But then also, Dad, I love you, but my dad was like, you can't join a sorority. There's no way you can't. So I initially brought it up when I first was going to school because I was like, Dad, that's the way you meet friends and da. And he said no. And I kind of was like, well, I don't know if it would be for me anyways. So I just never went for it.
Is there anything, and this isn't my second question, but I want to kind of feed off of that. Is there anything you feel like you missed out on because you weren't in a sorority? Or do you feel like, you know what, like I made my peace with that?
I made my peace, but I do feel like I would have developed better friendships and more friendships through college. I mean, if I look at my friend group right now, I can really say I have one college friend. And that was more so because she was a sorority girl and very much like, very friendly with me and let's go do things and, come do this with us, come do that. So yeah, I think I would have maybe made better friendships or more lasting friendships in college that were just beyond the classroom or beyond, just the minimal day-to-day stuff. But no, I'm at peace with it. I mean, I don't feel like I necessarily missed out on anything because I grew up with a lot of girl cousins who were literally like my older sisters, and I was friends with their friends. And when I was 21 and stuff, they took me under their wing, and I had a similar experience without, living in the house and all that kind of stuff. So I don't feel like I missed out. No.
Okay. Then here's my second question for you. Would you let your son or daughter join the Greek system?
I mean, at that point, they are an adult.
Imagine you have your own say.
I wouldn't not let them. I would talk to them and see like what's their intention and why they want to. I don't think it's a bad thing per se. Obviously, you've had your own experience with it. My brother was in the Greek system. So I know he has endless friends from it and a lot of different connections around the world from having that experience, which I find very valuable. So I wouldn't be opposed to it, not at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you didn't ask me. I'm going to interject myself for the second question.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to answer the first question first because I joined the Greek system.
Right.
If I had to do it all over again, the only thing I would change is to just not drink. That's it.
Okay.
I would just not drink.
So do you feel like drinking was emphasized, or do you feel like you just
I did that.
overindulged?
I fucking overdid it. I mean, like anyone who's outside the Greek system thinks all we do is drink.
Right.
Right. And that's because the same way you go on Instagram and you only see someone's highlight reel, right? The only thing we really post is the fun shit, right? We're not posting the times where we're having 5 a.m. cleanups.
Right.
We're not necessarily posting, hey, we're setting up and taking down this thing, this philanthropy.
Right.
Right. Like we're not posting all of those little things.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Right. So there's a lot more work that goes into it that I think people understand. Also, it's an organization, so you have an executive board where people are literally talking about running it, it's like a social business.
Right.
Right? That doesn't make any money, right?
Well, if you do volunteer work, or not volunteer work, but if you do fundraisers and stuff, you can make money.
I'm not sure. I think we're not supposed to make. We're not supposed to make money.
Not keep money, but probably like make money to.
It goes to the house,
or to the house, or to host those types of events.
Right.
Hosting events takes money, so yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So to me, if I were to have changed anything about me joining a fraternity, it would have been the sobriety thing, and not even necessarily because. Like I was a fucking, and trust me, I was an animal when I drank. But it's more so about when you join something like this, memories are very important.
Right.
And I have very few of them. And only ones that I have are like very small moments that other people wouldn't remember. And it's kind of fucking sad where it's like, hey, do you remember that one time we played a video game on this random Saturday in the middle of the summer? It's like, well, no, I don't.
Do you feel like because of your idea of what fraternity life was supposed to be based on movies and experiences from your past before you joined the fraternity, do you feel like that skewed your experience? Do you feel like you missed out on maybe networking opportunities and more of the business part of the fraternity? Like you talk about mostly like partying and stuff like that. And maybe not remembering. Do you feel like your experience was skewed based on?
No, I don't, because I didn't know what a fraternity was. I've watched Old School with Will Ferrell. I love that movie. And I think I watched another one, but I didn't know like I still didn't know what I meant. I was just enjoying the movie. So when it came time to Rush Week, that first event, I mean, anyone who's watched my documentary, my content knows, I was asked like, hey, you want to go get some barbecue?
Right.
And at that time, I felt very lonely. I felt very ostracized. And I said, you know what? Like, Why not? I've been moping around my room.
Okay.
I had no idea what it was. I just kept going back, right? What I didn't know was that you were able to go and see other fraternities, but I didn't have like this social desire to go outside of my group. Like I really felt like, okay, I have my core group of friends that I went to college with. It's us.
You mean high school?
You know, I mean, like moved to college with.
Oh, that you moved to college.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have my core group of friends that I moved to college with. It's us. I don't care to build upon this. So wherever they go, I go. That was my mindset. So I think that what skewed me, to be honest with you, is not necessarily my prior history with like fraternity movies, but more so my prior history with this concept of loyalty and friendship.
Got it.
Because to me, I grew up on my father introduced 4 friends, 4 of his like core friend, 4 or 5. Those are his people. And from the time I was born to the time like I saw some of them unfortunately pass away, that was his people. Like he had other friends here, but it's like I'm not inviting this person. This person I'm not calling my brother. I'm not calling this person my brother. They're my friend. I like them. They're great.
Right.
So like I looked at that term brother like very particularly. So I think that if I were to change anything about, you know, my view on it, it would be don't be so rigid on your view. Your view is not the view is the way I would put it.
Yeah. And that's interesting too, because, you know, in the fraternity and sorority, you become brother and sister is what they say. Like it's a family, correct?
Yeah.
And, you know, you, like you said, had an idea of what a brother was. So it's kind of like when people say trust is not given, it's earned. In that same sense, like, once you joined, those people automatically became your brother.
Right.
So it wasn't necessarily that they earned it, they just became it. But I know that's not necessarily what you were saying or alluding to. But in terms of what you're saying, you know, your friends were your friends. So it sounds like more of you held yourself back from building that brotherhood within the fraternity. Is that what you mean? Because you had your people and you didn't want to try and like, or maybe just within college, maybe not the fraternity.
No, I was, you know, I mean, again, back to my own call. If you guys haven't watched my documentary series, Becoming August, Killing the Narcissist, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Long story short, before high school was like, I had built this habit of faking my identity. Like I'm building this persona so that people would accept me. And what it looked like was me turning into like the clown for other people's entertainment.
Okay.
I thought that's what made me friends. So in the fraternity, it's a massive, I've never had that many people in my house at one time. I came from a small school in high school. My graduating class was like 80 kids.
Right.
So now there's 80 people in your house.
Yeah.
At all times. And then now you have a party, there's hundreds. So I would like shut down and like it would either take alcohol or me being stupid or both for me to feel like I am able to hold a conversation with somebody. Like I would remember like looking out into a sea of just human beings.
Right.
And just feeling intimidated on, dude, like none of these people give a shit about me. And it's not, I know that's not true. That's what my brain is saying. So I would consume alcohol to try to fight that. But alcohol hits me late. So I'm like, okay, these 4 beers didn't do anything. I need a shot. I need 2 shots.
Right.
3 shots.
Right.
And then the next thing I know, I'm wasted.
Right.
Right. And I can't control myself. And everyone else is like, dude, we just got out of the pregame. Like, and you're like excessive right now. So honestly, it wasn't necessarily I was holding myself back from building connections. It was more so like I never developed the social skill. This is on me. I never developed the social skills to like talk to someone else by like just getting to know them.
Right.
And like not talk about my fucking self. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, okay, at some point they have to be interested in what I'm saying. And like that moment never came. So I'm like, all right, they don't give a shit about me. But that's the wrong way to think about things.
Right.
The right way to think about things is, hey, they're a person with a story just like you are, right? If you really care for them to know your story, get to know theirs first.
Right. I actually read a book, and it's How to Talk to Everyone, that you actually gave me, or anyone, How to Talk to Anyone. And they do studies within that book that people go to a party and then they ask everybody at the end, like, who was your favorite person or most memorable person? And they found that the most memorable person was not the one who was talking about themselves. The most liked and most memorable person was the one who just asked questions about their life and seemed interested in their life. And I mean, that goes to show our nature as people. We want to talk about ourselves. When you're having a conversation, often you're trying to find similarities between what your story is within their story. So sometimes we're not even listening. We're just trying to put in that next word to keep the conversation going.
Right.
So it was very interesting to read that, but I hear what you're saying then in that regard.
I will say though, before, because I do want to get to your topic, before I want to close out with this and then answering the second question I asked you. I didn't care to be liked. I cared to be heard. Right. And that's not to counter what you're saying. My thing was more so like, I didn't care about being the most liked person in that party. I didn't care about, oh my God, he's the coolest person ever. Like, I was a person who had been faking his life for so long. And I felt like I'm part of this organization with people I call my brothers. At the time, I was very rigid with what I felt like that meant. It's like, I want to feel heard. I want people to know that I'm like hurting. And I wouldn't get that. So I would just like say, all right, let's play drinking games. Like, fuck it. Like, at least I feel connection. If no one's going to hear me, not no one. There are people, of course, who heard me out. But if I feel like I'm not being heard, I'm just going to play along, do the shit. And what I didn't realize is when I got really drunk, I would force myself to be heard, either by being the stupidest person there or have these like meltdowns where I'm like pouring my fucking repressed thoughts out. You know what I'm saying? So so now I'm going to close it with this. The second question I asked you was, would you let your son or daughter join a fraternity or sorority? And for me, the answer is yes, I would. But I would give them a warning. And this is not particular to fraternities or sororities. This is in general. In life, if you feel like you have to sacrifice your integrity, your morals, or your personality, don't stay there anywhere, whether that's a job, organization, any of that stuff.
Yeah, you'll find your people somewhere.
Right. And not just you'll find your people. Because, like, here's the thing. They might feel a way about this. This is just my opinion. They were my people. I might not be their person, like who I really am. And that's not their fault. That's because I wasn't being honest within myself and my personality, right? I was being a clown and I probably annoyed people. So that person was not their person. What I'm saying is you can love something a lot, but if it doesn't respect you for who you are, and you have to shrink yourself or belittle yourself, or maybe not even that, you just have to change who you are constantly, consistently. Don't stay there. Yeah.
And I also think that going based off of, I know you said you weren't intending to be liked and stuff, but a part of the building of the relationships is that figuring out what connection that we have. So I have to find out more about you too. So I think that yes, you have to be respected, but we also have to give the people opportunities to show themselves as well. If we really want a true friendship and connection, I have to see, and some people don't show it right away, right? Like some people change over time and you don't see who they actually are until years later. In your case, like you said, you weren't showing your true authentic self. You were trying to put up this facade just so that you could be heard. And when that wasn't happening, you had to figure out how to maintain your own well-being.
Right.
So it is interesting, but yeah, I don't think that there's any reason to hold our future children back from, joining a society or a system.
From learning, right? Because like my experience is not your experience, it's not our dog's experience, right? It's not anyone else's experience, it's mine, right? So like a lot of times, and we're going to move into this is outside of the fraternity now. Like a lot of times I feel like our parents, out of good intentions, they're like, I want to protect you from this thing that hurt me.
Right.
And I respect that, but times change so much. And your kid is not you.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Your kid's not you. Yeah, it might look like you. I say it, that's crazy. Your child might look like you.
Yeah.
This little creature might look like you. It might even have some of your mannerisms, but its brain is different because you created a different environment than the one that you were raised in.
Yeah. I mean, and it's half not you. So
that's facts.
Yeah.
That's facts. But we're pretty similar. So it might be 75% both of us, if that makes sense.
We're definitely not that similar.
We're pretty similar, right?
Audience, are we? I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Like, so for example, you're a doctor. I'm a doctor.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm a doctor of words. I'm a wordsmith.
Not the same, but my topic is totally different this week than yours. Usually our topics are somewhat similar. Yeah, mine's totally different.
What'd you bring to the table?
So I'm actually talking about health. I did bring a doctor on. I love the Jay Shetty podcast. I feel like he brings on a lot of great people. So this doctor, again, just like last week, I am now blanking on his name. Bad me. But regardless, I will find it for you while the clip is playing. But it just talks about health and kind of our society and what this doctor is doing to kind of progress us. But let me play this clip for you.
Oh my God, don't get me started. My daughter just graduated from medical school. She's brilliant, and she's now going to be an orthopedic surgeon, which I think is great because you need that. Like,
yes.
If you break your hip,
right.
you do that. So that's a kind of medicine that I think we're really good at is acute care medicine. But what she didn't learn about was
audience. As smart as I would like to
the doctor that you are.
Yeah, the doctor that I am, right?
Yeah.
As smart as I feel like I am, I already feel like he's about to like word soup my brain, right? We're like, if you ever hear like Jordan Peterson talk, right? He's a professor in Canada.
Okay.
Right? Instead of saying like, I went to the store, right? They say things like, there's a complexity to triangulate your Coelius Maximus all the way to your nearest convenience.
Continue.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, can you just say you went to the store? Like, if you're that smart, I understand you got words. Can you just say, like, you are...
Well, orthopedic surgeon, you can't really say. A doctor that cuts you open and works on your bones and changes your joints and repairs torn tissue.
You're a doctor, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you know what this is better than I do. I call this a calf.
Yes.
Right? So if you were to look at your patient and say, hey, I need you to stretch out your whatever this actually is called.
Gastrocnemius.
Do you think that that's going to be beneficial to the average person?
It's part of layman's terms, yes. Yeah. But do you know what acute care is? Is that what stopped you there?
I know what acute woman looks like. One right here in front of me. I know a cute dog when I see one.
So he's essentially saying in this part, he was asked by Jay Shetty, what do you feel like doctors are lacking in this day and age?
Okay.
And he goes on to say, well, his daughter is studying orthopedic surgery. She just graduated medical school. Orthopedic surgeons are the ones who repair torn ligaments, muscular injuries, that go in and do a knee replacement, joint replacements, things like that. So when I broke my arm, I went to go see an orthopedic surgeon just in case I needed surgery to put my bones back together.
Got it.
Okay. So he's saying that those types of medicines, acute care is something happened. I got the flu. I need to see a doctor. Acute care, he's saying that's what our medicine is really good at. We're good at surgery. We're good at when things are happening right then and there. We know how to fix them and we know how to progress them.
We have a chronic disease epidemic in this country. It's
Chronic
caused
disease,
primarily by
long-term.
food. It can be cured mostly by food, and yet doctors know nothing about food, right? So nutrition. Didn't learn about the microbiome.
So that's essentially what that I was giving you play-by-play.
Chronic disease like condition. I know, like those. I got that. I got that. I have given you the wrong impression of myself. Like, hold on. Like, acute. I know what acute triangles are, right? So when you start associating words, I'm like, I can't tell if he's rapping or if he's like there's a definition I just don't understand. Like, I know what chronic is,
Right.
I know what disease is, right? Because I've had both in my life, right? So I could put two and two together.
Wow.
What?
You've had chronic
Allegedly.
and you've had disease.
Allegedly as well.
Okay. These are things you should have told me before we got married. I'm just kidding.
I cure myself of both.
Okay. I think you missed what the whole point of what I was trying to get.
We have a disease in this country about nutrition. Is that what he's saying?
We don't have a disease about nutrition, but chronic diseases, he's saying, stem from lack of nutrition and that doctors don't learn a lot about nutrition in school.
I see.
Okay. Some medical schools are now making doctors take one class on nutrition. From what I learned in graduate school, we didn't learn anything really about nutrition. And I'm a physical therapist and we deal with healing. And I tell people all of the time that nutrition, what you put in your body is how your body and your cells work, what you are fueling your cells with. If you put the wrong gas or the wrong oil in your car, is your car going to work? It might turn on. It might work for the next 10,000 miles.
Short term.
But eventually it's going to start to break down, right? Same thing with our bodies. Your body is literally a living, breathing organism. Everything has to work together. The main thing that we're fueling our bodies with is food. And he goes on to say, maybe I'll play it. I don't know. He kind of beats around the bush a little bit, but let's see here.
Didn't learn about environmental toxins. Didn't learn about how to create health. Didn't learn about the body's networks and systems. Didn't learn about mitochondria. I mean, yes, she got like her first, semester, she learned about the Krebs cycle in biochemistry, but didn't understand how to diagnose people with mitochondrial issues, which is our energy powerhouse.
He's explaining it.
Everything works in our body. So those are things that doctors don't learn anything about. Didn't learn about how to optimize your immune function. Didn't learn about how to treat gut issues in the right way by fixing a leaky gut. So there's so many areas that are part of the framework of functional medicine that they don't learn anything about.
Yeah. So no wonder when you go and talk about how you're feeling, you're not getting the information that you need.
No. I mean, you go out.
So if you took high school biology, you will know what mitochondria is. So that shouldn't be a big one for you. But mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. It's what converts energy.
You don't want to know what I was doing in biology.
Well.
Oh, here we go.
And here we go.
Our guard Dugan.
So anyways, he's essentially stating that there is a lack of knowledge in the medical field about nutrition. So I brought this up to say, with your experience, because, okay, like you said, sometimes doctors and things like that speak a little bit too scientifically for the audience. In your experience, what is your experience with your primary care physicians over the last 10 years? Like,
not good. When I say not good, I mean I don't even really go to the doctor once a year.
And why do you feel that is?
Very bad excuse, but I feel like in our culture, it's just kind of like put some dirt on it, keep going. Like, and I say that to say, like, you thug it out. If you are like, if you have the flu, for example, right, and you've had it for a couple of days, you're like, yeah, it's gonna pass. It has to pass,
Right.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and let this go. That's the way I look at things. Chill out. Yeah, chill out.
Come up. Come on. Go up. Go up. Or hello.
She's overstimulated because someone's deciding to do what they never do in our neighborhood and do their leaf blowing on a Friday as opposed to Wednesdays when they're supposed to do it. But hey, I'm not a
Wednesdays
Karen.
when they do it at our house. That doesn't mean they do it at the other houses on Wednesday.
Well, it's very inconvenient. Don't they know that the world revolves around me?
Oh yeah, totally.
No. So like, what I'm getting at is that, like, unless there's something like, I guess, like, I don't want to say crippling, but like damn near, like, I can't even function. I can't even think right. We like don't really go to the doctor like that.
Right.
You know, and I know that I'm not saying that's right. I'm just saying that it's like, that's just why I've had that relationship with my primary care physician.
So in terms of then chronic, do you feel like, so chronic is technically something that's over, I believe, 20 days. But typically when we talk about chronic illnesses, we're talking about long-term diseases and illnesses. For example, you've expressed you're often tired, correct?
Right.
Do you feel like that's something you would go to the doctor for?
No.
Okay. And why is that?
Because I can easily explain why I'm tired.
That you don't get enough sleep.
I don't get enough sleep. That's right.
But when you get enough sleep, don't you often say you're still tired?
I think that's more of like a kind of like mental fatigue. Like,
Okay.
all right, for example, would you say me taking a nap in the middle of a day, that does that mean I'm tired?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I mean, you're the doctor,
you don't really
so
take a nap when you're not tired.
I don't.
Unless you're a dog.
I think it's just like rest. I think it's your body saying, like, let's relax for a second.
But okay, interesting. So
I'm obviously wrong. I'm not the doctor.
no,
so,
I mean, you're not obviously wrong. I mean, we all know our bodies. It's different. But the reason I brought this up is because I am very interested in things where there are doctors and researchers out there that are trying to go beyond what we know. Because I've experienced in the healthcare field where I have brought up symptoms to my doctor, and maybe not all at the same time. Maybe one visit I go in and I say, this is part of my issue. And then the next time, 6 months later, this was more when I was when I was a kid. So it's more pediatric. So, you're doing more frequent visits because if you want to play sports, you have to go do your physical every year. And also as a girl, we do have more doctor's visits, especially at that younger age. And so I was going and I was telling my doctor, this is my symptom. This is my symptom. And it was always like, oh, well, that's your age. Oh, well, that's normal. It's not a big deal. And I have a lot of friends who experience the same type of thing where then we have to go and we have to figure out, well, okay, these are all the symptoms I've complained about. And yes, I don't recommend Dr. Google because it can cause a lot of catastrophizing and a lot of over analyzing, where if you're not a medical doctor, you're not necessarily going to know exactly what.
What about Dr. Shapidi?
I don't know who that is.
It's very popular doctor right now.
Oh, okay.
ChatGPT, Shapidi.
Oh, it's the same type of thing. But, you go in and you type in all your symptoms and you're like, oh, this is probably what I have. And my experience was I went into the doctor and I said, these are all the symptoms I've been complaining about for the past 4 years. This is what I think I have. And it wasn't until I did that the doctor's like, oh, all right, let's check for that. And so then they went on and they checked for it, and sure enough, I had it. And so, and for anyone out there, it's not that big of a deal for me, but it's PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome, and it's fairly common in women. And, it started developing at a young age. Again, the medical system and how it works is we're seeing doctors maybe once a year. We're telling them, I don't expect my doctor to remember from last year that I was experienced this, and that. As someone who works with patients, I do remember often what they're telling me, but that's why we take notes. And that's why you're supposed to review your notes before you see your patient, because you want to see, what did we go over last time? What's the issue? Are they having new issues? Because you want to think outside of the box. You're taught as in medical schools that you have to, you can't tunnel vision your way through an examination, right? You have to do what's called, oh my gosh, please cut this part, but what is the word? You have to do what's called differential diagnosis, where, okay, all the symptoms are leading to this one possible cause, but then I have to also consider what else it could be. Even if it's maybe just a 10% chance that it could be something else, I still have to dot my I's and cross my T's and make sure that it's not that, right? And rule it out. So I feel like in the medical industry, because doctors are very overworked, because we often don't go to the doctor annually, we don't often remember or even think to link, oh, I'm tired all the time, or, oh, my allergies are always flared up. We don't think to link these things necessarily together, so we don't bring it up because we think it's not a big deal. So what this gentleman, this Dr. Mark Hyman, is going on to say is that most of these things that are long-term within our body are caused by the food that we eat and the toxins within our environment that we are exposed to on a daily basis. And that's why these issues are prevalent so long-term. So what are your thoughts on nutrition and on just how nutrition works within our bodies?
First of all, bravo. Okay. Bravo. Like everything you just said sounds like calculus in my brain. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, you ever see that meme?
Didn't I speak in layman terms?
No, I'm not gonna lie. Not for me. Right? You ever see that GIF of Zach Galifianakis, like the guy with the beard, and like zooms in on him, and there's like calculus going on the screen. That's like everything that almost a lot of what just went on between him and you, smart people, just like went like calculus in my brain.
Okay.
Right? But you're my wife, and I find you extremely attractive, so I've been listening as intently as I possibly can. Right? This guy, he's a good looking man. He kind of reminds me of Gerard Butler. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I trust him. I do trust him. I want to know what you're saying, but it's like you guys are speaking a language I don't understand.
Okay.
Right?
So what do you feel that I said?
I genuinely, I don't even know where to start.
Okay.
You're like,
what are we talking about?
Health, I think.
Okay.
We're talking about health and like what's missing in the healthcare system.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, that's good.
Or like the understanding, and like not from the patient side, but from the doctor's side, is what I think is what we're talking about.
More so what I wanted to bring up here is that there is an issue within our healthcare system.
Yeah.
That nutrition, meaning the food and
the things that we consume
and
right.
our environment, our skin is an organ. So what toxins,
all good,
affect our health. So yes, there is a lack of nutrition knowledge and studying within the medical world, but also that nutrition links to common problems that each of us have every day that maybe we don't think is an actual problem until it becomes too late.
That right there was layman's terms. Everything you just said right there now is connected in my brain.
Okay.
Right? You are not the problem. It's me, right? This is why, by the way, I'm very smart in other areas. I have no problem, no shame in admitting I am not like doctor book smart. I'm just not.
I know what to not bring up in the next few segments. Sorry, everybody.
No, you don't have to say sorry to them. They probably get it. Probably look at me like, what a fucking dumbass, man. Like, it's all good. It's all good. So to answer your question, nutrition, what I feel like the issue is, the bigger issue is, we look at food like an event, right? People say, let's go get something to eat.
Okay.
And they go to their favorite restaurant, get their favorite dish.
Right.
It's an event. It's a thing to them, right? Not understand.
A thing to do.
It's a thing to do. Yeah. Or like it's a feeling, right? Back in the day, we were like, yo, I'm hungry. I need to hunt to get food. And it had the animals we were hunting had the nutrients that we were looking for, right? As well as, yo, we ain't got a lot of leopard, so let's eat some
leopard.
Let's eat some grass too on top of that. Right. So it's like, it's not like they knew the science. They were just like, this is what we got.
Right.
And we don't operate like that. For majority of us don't. At least Americans. I can only speak to the American experience. So we don't think about, what does this food have?
Right.
Right. And guess what? You're young for a lot of your life when you're building the habits, at least.
Right.
So you're definitely not even thinking about that because you're like, this isn't even doing anything to me. Theoretically, all I have to avoid is swimming because I ate too much. But then you build this habit of, I really fucking love greasy food. I had no idea it was greasy. And I'm now 26 years old and I only like a couple vegetables.
Right.
I only like a couple fruits, really just apples. And you're like, dude, I got to rebuild that habit. Cause like changing a habit of like brushing your teeth every night, easy work. Changing the habit of going to the gym at least once a day, at least 5 times a week, easy work when you think about it. But changing your diet habit is probably the hardest thing because you don't understand like this piece of chicken that you're holding in your hand has all these other things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel that, I mean, that's very true. Do you feel that the convenience of fast food, like I want this, I'm hungry now, I'm going to get it now, versus like before, even when we weren't hunter gatherers, when, you know, not to say to go back to these times, but when there was someone in the home and you would come home at dinner time and there was food made, you know, your lunches would get sent with you, or we weren't maybe working as much where we can come home during lunch and eat our food because our house was literally inside from where we were working.
Right.
So you can have more food available. But now, because we're always on the go, that, you know, we are conditioned to eat fast food. So our brain now thinks that like, I have to have it right now. I'm not going to wait 30 minutes to make it at home.
Well, that's with everything else in life.
Yeah.
We got an Amazon Prime LED lights.
Yeah.
The same damn 24 hours.
Right.
That's insane.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think that fast food is the problem. I think that we are the problem. We've become lazy.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you gotta think, fast food can exist, but what is tolerated in your household when you are young and building your habit, right? If you're young and building your habit and your parents always cooked meals and you build your like nostalgia on that, you build your joy on that, like, man, I love family dinners. Next thing you know, you're going to be a teenager and all your friends are like, yeah, let's go to McDonald's. You might go, but it's like, I've never had McDonald's.
Right.
It's like, what do you mean you never had? Well, I mean, I had it once, but my family always cooked dinner. So it starts with that habit building inside of your own household, right?
Yeah.
Now let's say that it's not as simple as people are lazy. It's more so, hey, the wife works because you work a full-time job. I work a full-time job, right? So it's not as simple as, hey, we're lazy. It's more so we didn't get home until 7 p.m. and I'm hungry.
Right. And then adding kids and sports and all of that.
Right. And they're hungry too. So it's like, man, it's 7 p.m. Am I really going to take an hour out of our day when now it's going to be 8 p.m. or not even at 8:30 when they're supposed to be going to bed at 8:30. Let's go and get something that's already made for us. Oftentimes that's fast food. So what I feel like, and I'm not a politician, I'm definitely going to be wrong. I'm going to put a blinking sign right here. August don't know politics, right? Okay. I feel like the bigger issue is affordability, right? Across the board. If both parents didn't have to work just to get by, then there would be enough time to go and to make dinner, to have dinner made at a reasonable time. Number one. Number two, we all know that healthy food is more expensive. So it's one, making life more affordable so that people can have more time to make healthier choices. But two, making things more affordable so that we can have the time to build habits as well.
Right. So then do you feel like if you did go to the doctor, and let's say you went to the doctor every 6 months and you're explaining, I'm tired, I'm always congested.
Yeah.
And your doctor said, well, what are you eating? And I have a cup of noodles every once a week and I eat Chick-fil-A every day. And
it's not me, by the way. It's talking about my brother.
And, then your doctor says, all right, well, I need you to do this with your diet. I need you to go to the market. Here's a meal plan. I want you to make this food. Try this for the next month and then come back to me and let me know how you feel. Do you feel like you or anyone within like the normal population that's maybe not health savvy, that's maybe not like a go-getter when it comes to health would do that?
I would. I don't think the average person would, because, we had a conversation last night. I'm not going to divulge the conversation, but habits. We're creatures of habits. So if you give someone, if you give an overweight person a workout plan, right? They're like, hey, I can guarantee 100% or your money back. You follow this workout plan, you will lose 100 pounds in 3 months.
Right.
If they've never worked out or they haven't worked out every day for the last 5 years or more, decades, why do we suddenly think they're going to be self-automated to lose the weight, right? A lot of people have to hit rock bottom to change.
Right.
And food is probably no different than that, right? Obviously talking about obesity in that sense. So the reason I say I'm going to do it is not because I'm built different. It's because everything you guys see right here is because I learned the power of habit. I learned how to change my habits, but I didn't do it by myself. I did it with the help of other people. Like, right. I built this thing by myself, but the power of habit came from my boss at work, no matter who it was. They're saying like, hey, I need you to have this deadline. I didn't have deadlines before. Now every day I have a deadline, right? It came from having a girlfriend who became a fiance, who became a wife, who said, hey, like, you don't say necessarily I need attention, but it's like, okay, I need to start being more considerate. I wasn't considerate before. I'm now building this habit because I'm kind of forced to.
Right.
If we're telling people go to the doctor and get the right answers, they might trust it more and they might start, but their habits are going to start kicking in. It's like, man, like I haven't gone out with Dale and Dale loves to eat Cane's fried chicken. And Cane's is so fucking good. So good. Me thinking about it right now, I'm like, damn, second this mic's off, Cane's.
No.
I know, but you see what I'm saying though?
Right.
Like, creatures of habit most likely won't change unless they are either forced to by something cataclysmic or like rock bottom, or forced to because someone is literally holding their hand through the process. Yeah. Most people.
Yeah. I mean, and we literally talked about that similarly when it comes to physical therapy. You know, often some doctors don't necessarily believe in physical therapy because they say, well, here's the exercises, go do them by yourself. And
which is an oxymoron.
You know, and that's exactly what you're saying. Like the doctor can give you the exercises. I can give people exercises. Are they going to do it when I'm not there? So often people end up relying on physical therapy because they've been coming now for 3 months and they just haven't taken those steps to do it at home, no matter how much they're taught, no matter how much. So some people do need that extra hand holding. Some people are like, yeah, why would I come see you if I know what to do? But then the pain is still there. So that goes a little bit beyond what I was initially bringing up here, but I like that that's kind of your viewpoint on it because, as someone who's been in the health field and health industry, it's very like exciting when we hear other doctors talking about these things that we kind of like. Again, I didn't learn anything about nutrition in grad school, and the things that I've learned about nutrition along the way from graduating till now are things that I've sought out on my own, but they're also some contradictory evidence out there. So when I hear experts talking, I get excited because I'm like, yeah, that's so true. And yes, we do need this. And, this is what's really going to change if we could just break through to the general population of, hey, your nutrition, what you put in your body is what fuels you. What you put in your car is what makes your car go. If you put the wrong things in your car is going to break down and you're going to be pissed off that you're paying $20,000 to get a car that's worth $7,000 repaired.
But people can only think what's happening right now.
Right. Yeah. So I appreciate your input on it in a different light, because I think as medical professionals, we need to step aside from what we know. We are not the end all be all. We are not, the most, I always tell my patients, your body, you live in your body. I can tell you all of the things that should be happening. I can tell you all of the things that are normal to feel, but I can't feel what you're feeling. So you need to tell me. I tell them all the time, you need to tell me when things feel wrong, when things hurt, because they shouldn't. And so if they do, we just got to change it up for you because you're an individual. So
doctor, it hurts when I'm apart from you.
I'm sorry. Sometimes you're going to just have to be apart from me.
I'm sorry. Nice. Sick.
Some things we can't cure. I'm just kidding.
That's one wild
I'm
point.
doing this podcast, this show with you so that you can always be with me.
Aww, adorable.
Yeah, even Athena's sick of it. But no, I mean, it's really important for us to have these conversations with, again, general population, like figuring out that we need to change maybe the way that we are going about discussing it, and figuring out maybe the problem is we need to change habits. We need to figure out, and I know there are a lot of doctors, a lot of healthcare workers out there that work with politicians, that work, we have associations within healthcare. I'm a part of the Physical Therapy Association, and there are representatives within our association that's job is to go and communicate with politicians, with city planners, with all these types of things to progress our field and to progress the health. But I think that the biggest thing is we need to figure out how to make a better environment for everybody, not just those people that are really searching for it, because everybody at some point or another deals with some sort of illness. Not everyone deals with a chronic illness. But there's so many ways that we can optimize our health. And the biggest way that we're going to do that is figuring out how to talk to everybody about it.
Right.
And progressing from there. So,
hey, you know what? We did a great job breaking things down. I want to put an advertisement out there, right? First of all, my wife is the smartest person I know. She's able to take math, calculus stuff and translate it.
I'm not very good at calculus. It's been a long time since I've taken a calculus class.
She's able to take these terms and translate it for us common folk, right? So that's number one. But number two, put me in any industry at all, and I'm gonna be your idea man, right? They're gonna be like, "Yo, August, like, is there life on other planets?
Are there life?
Yeah, are there life on other planets? Exactly. I know. I get it. And I'll be like, you know what? I got an idea. And I'm just gonna say something that like we just did. I'm gonna break down the habit or whatever the human psychology is, and they're gonna be like, none of that made sense, but it kind of did make sense. So I'm gonna put that in science terms, and we're gonna apply it.
Right. Exactly. Well, and so now you got my brain, rotating and spinning. And,
okay.
Yeah. Okay. Because that's what your brain does. not what your brain does. But you have my neurons firing, and
I know what those are. Don't think you threw me off there. I know
my neurons are firing, and the synaptic connections are really forming, and as my synaptic formations are
see,
yeah,
that's just trying to piss me off.
Am I rage baiting?
Yeah.
Is that what that's called? No, but that makes me think of, how to figure out how to really.
Am I rage baiting? What have we become?
How to progress this kind of stuff and make it more attainable for everyone else.
And that's why we're the best couple on the planet. Thank you all so much for watching another episode of, I still don't have I'm never going to title this, Wife and Husband React to Stuff. You guys can see the
Wife,
title.
Husband, and Athena, and Dogder.
And Dogder.
Hey, Dogder, come here.
Go team.
Athena.
Hands in.
Hands in.
Hands in.
Come on. Hands in. All in.
All in.
All in. Come on.